Morning, boys and girls. I'm going to try to let you listen to the story of Dex online. And as usual, we're going to start with the vocabulary. Let's see if this works. Bear with me for a moment. I'm going to turn my iPad around. And here we go.
1. Depended. The dog depended on its owner for food and water. 2. Sore. The dog hurt its paw. The paw is sore. 3. Sprang. The cat saw the food. She sprang toward her dish. 4. Studied. Before getting a puppy, the girl studied a book about dog care. 5. Gazing. This dog is gazing or looking closely at a squirrel. 6. Hero. This dog is a hero. It saved the boy from getting hurt. 7. Exercise. A dog needs exercise every day. This. 8. Overlooked. They overlooked or didn't see where the dog was hiding.
Okay.
Target skill. Compare and contrast. In a story, the main characters will often go through some changes from the beginning to the end of a story. They grow and change because of the things that happen to them. As you read Dex, The Heart of a Hero, you can compare and contrast to tell how Dex changes. You can use a diagram like the one below to compare things that are the same and contrast things that are different. Use the words and pictures in the story as text evidence for your ideas.
Okay, now we're going to preview the topic as we always do and listen to the little pre-story.
What heroes do. A hero is someone who has done something brave or good to help others. You may know of some famous heroes from history. For example, Martin Luther King Jr. was a hero who helped change unfair laws. Not all heroes are famous. Most people feel that firefighters and police officers are heroes. The person who takes care of you or who teaches you might be a hero. You will read about a dog that wants to be a hero in Dex, The Heart of a Hero.
Okay, this is the genre now of the story Dex.
Genre.
A fantasy, okay, so this is basically a fantasy. It's a story that could not happen in real life. As you read, look for the events that could not really happen and characters that are not found in real life. Meet the author.
Meet the author, Carolyn Beaner. As the mother of 9 children, Carolyn Beaner squeezes in time for writing whenever she can. Once, while waiting for her son's karate class to end, she started writing, "Dexter was a little dog," on a pad. That's how the story of Dex began. Meet the illustrator, Mark Beaner. As you read Dex, look carefully at the pictures. Mark Beaner likes to hide bunnies, dinosaurs, cats, and mice in his drawings. In case you're wondering, Mr. Beaner is Carolyn Beaner's husband, and their last name is pronounced Beaner. Dex, The Heart of a Hero, by Carolyn Beaner. Illustrated by Mark Beaner.
Okay, boys and girls, now the essential question to think about while you're listening to this story is, what makes someone a hero? And boys and girls, during this time of the coronavirus, there are many, many heroes out there that are trying to save everyone's lives. The doctors, the nurses, the EMTs, the ambulance, there's so many, the firefighters, the police, some of your moms and dads, they're all heroes that are trying to make everyone stay safe and trying to make a better world for us. So let's just think about that as you listen to the story.
Dexter was a little dog. His legs were little, his tail was little, his body was little. He looked like a plump sausage sitting on 4 little meatballs. Being the size that he was, Dex was often overlooked. The other dogs grew tired of waiting for Dex to catch up when they played chase, and after a while, they forgot to invite him at all. No one really seemed to notice him, except when Clevis, the tomcat, demonstrated how he could stand right over Dex and not even ruffle his fur.
Really sad, isn't it, boys and girls, what they're doing?
Yes, everything about Dex was little, except for his dreams. He wanted to be a hero. He could just see it. The mighty Dex flew up into the dark and starry night. But wanting and being are 2 different things. Dex lived on dreams until one day, after crawling out from under Clevis yet again, he decided there had to be more to life than gazing at the underside of a cat. There had to be more to him. If he could be a hero, he would. So Dex started training. He read every superhero comic book he could find. He watched every hero movie ever made. He went to the library. Furiously, he studied, knowing everything depended on him. Dex figured that a hero must have strong muscles. He needed exercise, and lots of it. Dex started trotting to the corner and back every morning. He hopped over every crack in the sidewalk. He struggled to climb the garbage pile, up and over and down, then up and over and down again. All day long he worked, day after day, even at bedtime, when he wanted to flop on the rug with his tongue hanging out. Dex forced himself to circle 5 extra times. The mighty Dex pressed on, through wind and rain and storm and fatigue. When it got easier to run to the corner and back, Dex did it again, and then again. Then he dragged a sock filled with sand as he ran, and then 2 socks. When Clevis was bored and stood in the middle of the sidewalk to block his way, Dex dropped to the ground and slid right under him. He was too busy to be bothered by Clevis. Dex was tired. He was sore. He was working so hard that he almost forgot what he was working for. But one night, as he dragged himself to bed after his last set of push-ups, Dex stopped in front of the mirror and flexed. He could feel them. He could see them. Muscles.
faster than a rolling ball, stronger than the toughest rawhide, able to leap tall fences in a single bound. Now Dex didn't take the stairs, he skimmed them. He leaped over hydrants. He vaulted up curbs. He could jump over the garbage mountain without touching the top. He could run like the wind. He felt as if his legs had springs. Only one thing was missing. Finally, a small brown package arrived. Dex ripped it open. His hero suit. It was red, with a shiny green cape, and it fit like a glove. Dex loved the way it felt. He loved the way it looked, and he loved the feeling he had when he put it on. He was ready. Analyze the text. Figurative language. What does the author mean when she says that Dex's hero suit fit like a glove?
Okay, boys and girls, does that really mean that he was wearing a glove? No. It means that he was so fit, he was exercising, doing everything to make himself great, that now his suit fit perfectly on him. That's pretty awesome.
With the courage of a lion, the strength of a bear, and the heart of a hero. When Dex went out in his suit for the very first time, he looked up the street and down. He noticed a young pup trying to cross the street. Dex sprang into action. "May I help you?" he asked. He guided the wide-eyed pup across the street and grinned as the pup stared up at him with its mouth hanging open. The pup whispered, "Wow, it's Super Dog." Super Dog. Dex liked the sound of that. Of course, when Clevis saw Dex, he just had to comment, "Hey, Dex, where's the party?" Dex was so busy that he was able to ignore Clevis, for the most part. The only time his face ever got red was when Clevis yelled, "Where'd you get that dress up?" Dex had to wonder if Clevis saw anything but the suit. Didn't he understand that the suit was just a way to let people know he was there to help? The sun glinted off his emerald cape as Super Dog raced to the rescue. There was a mouse he saved from a sewer. A purse snatcher he tackled. He fixed his neighbor's sprinkler. He found a lost kitten, pulled a rat away from a live wire, tracked down a lost wallet, put out a trash fire, and organized a neighborhood cleanup day. It seemed that now, whenever anyone needed help, they turned to Dex, and Dex had never been happier. Late one evening, there was a banging at the door. When Dex answered, it seemed as if the whole neighborhood was yipping and yowling in a panic. "It's Clevis!" they shouted. "He's stuck in a tree! Hurry, Dex! Hurry!" Dex raised his eyebrows. It was not like Clevis to move enough to get into any trouble. In a flash, he was dressed and ready. It was clearly a desperate situation. As he got closer, Dex could see Clevis. He had been chasing a squirrel to the top of the tree, but had slipped and was hanging by one claw from a slender branch. He was yowling for all he was worth. "I'm slipping!" Clevis screeched. "Help me!" Dex looked desperately around for something to climb on. There were no boxes or ladders, not even any trash cans. Then, Dex looked at the crowd. Oh, quick, everybody, Dex shouted. I've got an idea. Dex leaped onto the end of the teeter-totter facing the tree, pushing it to the ground. Everybody on the other end. 1, 2, 3. All the animals jumped together on the other end of the teeter-totter, catapulting Dex into the air. He soared over the crowd, his ears and cape streaming out behind him.
Pretty cool, boys and girls, right? That they could do that? But can we really do that in real life?
The mighty Dex flew up into the dark and starry night. Dex scrambled onto the branch next to Clevis. Quickly, he pulled off his cape and tied its 4 corners onto the screeching cat. Jump! Dex shouted. Jump, Clevis! With an ear-piercing shriek, Clevis let go. The billowing cape caught the air and parachuted the big cat to the ground. Dex backed up and slid to the ground amidst the cheers of the crowd. Soon,
Oops. Let's go back for a moment. I cut it off, sorry.
with an ear-piercing shriek, Clevis let go. The billowing cape caught the air and parachuted the big cat to the ground. Dex backed up and slid to the ground amidst the cheers of the crowd. Soup. Dex was bruised and tired, but he forgot his discomfort as Clevis sheepishly lumbered over, still tangled in the green cape. Thanks, Dex. You really are a hero. Super dog, super dog. Dex didn't think he could feel any better, but he did, just a little, the next day when Clevis sidled up next to him and whispered, Say, Dex, could I be your partner? Dex looked the big tomcat up and down. It would take a lot of work to turn Clevis into a hero. He could hardly wait. Sure, said Dex with a grin. Sure.
Okay, so now let's think about this, okay? Because we'll be talking about this maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. How was Clevis changed by the end of the story?
Analyze the text. Compare and contrast. How has Clevis changed by the end of the story? With twice the brains and triple the brawn, our heroes forge on, ever ready to lend a helping paw.
Okay, let's compare and contrast.
Compare and contrast. In Dex the Heart of a Hero, some of the characters change during the story. You can compare the characters' thoughts and feelings at the beginning and the end of the story by telling how they are the same. You can contrast by telling how they are different. Words and pictures from the story are clues about how the characters change. Use a diagram like this for the beginning of the story and another for the end. Show how the characters changed.
Okay, so you just think
Dexter.
about that.
Clevis. Both.
Okay, and we'll talk about that during the week as well. Okay, figurative language.
Figurative language. Authors sometimes tell how two things are the same using the word like or as. This is called a simile. A simile helps readers picture story details in their mind. For example, the dog ran as fast as lightning is a simile. The dog can't really run as fast as lightning, but the simile helps the reader understand that the dog is running fast. Look for examples of similes as you reread Dex, The Heart of a Hero.
Okay. Okay, boys and girls. So, we just listened to the story. I don't know, some of you might have already read it, but this is something that we do in school all the time, so that's something really good. Now, we will be Zooming at 11 o'clock today. We will talk about a few other things, but during the week, we'll talk more about the story, okay? See you soon. Bye.